dreads in the military. Hello everybody, I am Della Mack, leadership guru, and this is Lead Lady 101. This week we're going to discuss having dreads in the business world. More specifically, we're going to talk about the perception of dreads in the business world, as well as my decision and why I decided I was going to still dread up in the military. Now, I've been on this lock journey for about 2 months now. I started in June of 2017. Now, I'm going to give you some background of how I got here. So, initially, I had been natural for maybe about 6 years. So, on and off, I've had heat damage, breakage. I've encountered a lot with my hair. And I've done a lot with it. So, in being in the military, I used to do various styles. 2-strand twists. I did the 2 braids on the side. I looked like Celie out of The Color Purple. But I was cute. I also did the puff. I tried to do the gel bun. My hair wasn't as long as I wanted it to be, so they can do a lot of different styles, but I made it work. Now, it wasn't until I became a platoon leader last year in 2016 where I decided I was going to change it up. I had had a lot of breakage and heat damage before, so I was trying to grow my hair out. I was trying to lessen the tension on it. And I decided that I was going to do wigs for a year. So for a year, I just did wigs. No sew-ins. I was trying to get my edges to flourish again. And I just did wigs. And I would change it up monthly. Every month, I would change. I would get a new wig. I would have my bob one month. I would have long hair next month. But, kept it all professional when it was time to go to work. Then I became an executive officer. And I had been getting a lot of chirps back and forth like, oh, I keep my hair wild. And here I am thinking I'm professional. My hair is mostly straight. The only thing that changes was the style of it. It would go from short to long. But all the time, I would think I was keeping it professional. Then my friend told me, like, it's not always professional, especially when you have to take your wig off and you have to go back to your natural hair. Not to say that it cannot be. It's just that I wasn't putting it in styles that was presenting the most professional look. Ironically, I decided that locks would help me in this situation. So in June of 2017, I decided I was going to lock up. Now, this came about after doing research and a survey. I surveyed various people I knew in many different sectors, many different cultural backgrounds. It was different ages and different genders. I did that to see what the perception of locks were in the business world. And I've gotten a lot of answers. Some that were surprising and some that was, I expected it. Most people said because, I was looking at the military entity, a lot of people said since it's in regulation that they were okay with it. Others said the stigma behind locks was that it was unkept, which is a little icky word. So I'm going to say that it was not as neat. It smelled bad. That was a little random. And it just didn't have the professional appearance. But then again, someone said something that was like really good to me. They said it's based on geographical location and the type of organization that you're in as to what the perception of locks would be. And I thought that was pretty interesting. This was legal. This was a legal person I went to. So she was a lawyer. Now I'd asked her take on females having dreads in the military. She presented me with that geographical and then by occupation. So she said, more in the liberal states, they're a little more free. They have a little more freeness on the policy of dreads and hairstyles in general. But as you go to more of a traditional states, so as you're working more of a traditional states, their policies are more so strict and of traditional nature as far as how to have your hairstyles. So I thought that was very, very interesting. And then she went on to say that positions of like IT would be more accepting. However, when you get up further in the into corporate America, then it's going to be a little harder as far as like trying to maintain a positive perception of locks. Pretty cool, right? But ultimately, she said, being that you're in the military and then the field that you want to go in thereafter, you're going to be okay. So I was like, okay, girl. I like that. I really like her response. After hearing Legal's view on what she thought the perception was on locks, I still wasn't sold. I did my own research and things kind of aligned. I started thinking about where I wanted to go as far as the occupation that I wanted to get into after the military, as well as the state that I want to live in and so forth. Then I started thinking about styles that I could do for my hair, because ultimately I like to change my hair up a lot. So I wanted to see the flexibility of having locks. And they had a lot. I was looking at pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you look cute. I would love to have that style. And I think that's when I really set it in stone as to why I felt like I wouldn't have to manipulate my hair as much. I'm not always a morning person. Matter of fact, I'm never a morning person. So I'm always waking up grumpy. I'm always scrambling in the morning. So having that flexibility to just throw my hair back into a bun would pay off dividends. So I decided I would lock up. And here I am 2 months later. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning so much about it. I really kind of skipped the baby stages. I just kind of went to the teenage stage where it was, budding is starting to occur. They're trying to lock in certain areas. So I got a little hang time. I got a little hang time on me. So I'm very, very excited about that because I can pin it back up. I wore like this to work, but the week before I had it braided. Same thing I did with my natural hair, but it looks a little neater because the hair is all together. So I'm really enjoying this journey. I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are on dreads or locks in the military or corporate America or the business world in general. I'm so curious to hear what you think. Or do you have locks? And how's that working for you? Are you getting any, crazy eyes or people saying some things? What are you getting? If you would like to connect with me, you want to get to know me, you have questions or concerns, or you just want to answer some of these questions that I have, do so via email or social media. They're all listed in the description box below. And until next time, this has been Mac's Perspective, bringing you a fresh point of view.